Hi there, I'm Dr. Denina Simmons, and I am the Principal Investigator for the Aquatic Omics Lab at Ontario Tech University. Pay close attention to the video. I'm going to ask you a few questions throughout the video, and I hope that you can find the answers. Today I'm going to give you a virtual tour of my lab. Come on in. Our lab can hold 19,640 liters of water and house over 4,400 fish. That's a lot of fish. Our lab is home to 5 different animals: rainbow trout, brine shrimp, Japanese Medaka, Florida flagfish, Mayfly nymphs. In these large tanks, which hold 1,000 liters of water, we keep the larger fish like rainbow trout. This is what it looks like inside one of those tanks. You're swimming with the fish. We like to work with larger fish like rainbow trout so that we can collect their blood without killing the fish, and then conduct studies on the plasma we take from the blood. In the back of our lab, we keep these conical hatchers, in which we hatch brine shrimp eggs. Brine shrimp are also known as sea monkeys. Sea monkeys are the perfect size food for our smaller fish. These little creatures at the Mayfly stage are perfect for baby fish. You can see them under the microscope. One of the smaller species of fish that we keep in our lab is called the Japanese Medaka. These fish grow to be 3 centimeters long at their full size. The Japanese Medaka are normally found in Japan, as their name implies, and they live in rice paddies, so sometimes they're called Japanese rice fish. We like to work with these fish because they have short lifespans and clear embryos, which means we can study the development of fish at different life stages. Here are 2-day and 5-day-old embryos. If you look really closely, you can see the blood cells in the 5-day embryo as they move through the different veins in the fish. The Florida flagfish is another one of the small fish we keep in our lab. These fish grow to be about 10 centimeters in length, and we like them because these little fish do a very interesting mating dance. When the female is ready to mate, she turns a pale color pink and loses her stripes. She then moves closer to the male, who's guarding the nest and the eggs and taking care of them. When she catches his attention, he will circle around her and try to get her to do the tea dance, or the circular mating dance. It's called a tea dance because the female puts her tail towards the side of the male's body, and as he circles around her, she tries to keep her tail pointed to him. When this dance reaches a perfect synchronization, that is when the mating begins. Take a look. Sometimes we keep mayfly nymphs in our lab. Mayfly nymphs are the larval stage of mayflies, and they can spend most of their life in sediments underwater. When they emerge as a mayfly, they only live for a couple of days, and they tend to do this in the month of May, which is where they get their name. Mayfly nymphs like to burrow in the sediment, so they're perfect for studying the effects of contaminants that are in the sediment. And they also make excellent fish food. Watch closely. There are many people who work in my lab, including students, technicians, and postdoctoral fellows. They help to take care of the fish and conduct scientific studies. Thank you so much for coming on this tour with me, and I hope that sometime in the future, when we are allowed to meet together again in person, you'll come back for a visit and I can show you around myself. Here are the answers to the questions I asked you in today's video. 19,640 liters of water, 5 different animal species, Japanese Medaka, Japanese Medaka, Japanese Medaka, the circle dance, or also called the tea dance. I would like to thank David McNabney and Linda Lara Jacobo for their help filming this video. I would also like to acknowledge all of the people who gave funding to help me set up my research lab, including NSERC, the Canada Research Chairs Program, and of course, Ontario Tech University.